Imagine stepping into your garden on a warm morning and being greeted by the sweetest fragrances nature has to offer. Not just once, not just for a week, but all season long. In this video, I'm going to show you 6 gorgeous perennials that don't just look beautiful, they perfume your entire garden year after year with almost no effort. And here's the best part. The final plant on this list has one of the most unexpected, mouth-watering scents you'll ever experience. Trust me, you won't want to miss number 6. Perennials are the secret weapon for gardeners who want maximum impact with minimal work. Plant them once, and they return year after year, growing stronger, fuller, and more fragrant with each season. In today's video, I'll walk you through 6 of the very best perennials for fragrance. Plants that not only make your garden stunning to look at, but also irresistible to the senses. And if you love learning simple, effective ways to create a garden that's both beautiful and low maintenance, make sure to subscribe right now and tap the bell icon. Each week, I share practical tips, tricks, and inspiration to help you grow the garden you've always dreamed of. First up, we have a plant that almost every gardener dreams of growing. Lavender. Just the name alone makes you think of calm, peace, and that unmistakable fragrance. Lavender is more than just a pretty face. It's drought-tolerant, which means once it's established, it thrives even in hot, dry conditions. And while some plants wilt under the summer sun, lavender actually loves it. Give it a bright, sunny spot, and it will reward you with those iconic purple blooms that sway like a sea of color in the breeze. The fragrance? It's unforgettable. A single breeze can carry that fresh, clean herbal aroma across your entire garden. And you'll notice something else. You're not the only one who loves it. Bees, butterflies, and even hummingbirds can't resist lavender. If you want a pollinator-friendly garden, this plant is a must. Now, here's a tip that will keep your lavender blooming beautifully year after year. Pruning. Many gardeners shy away from it, but trimming lavender after its first flush of flowers encourages a second round of blooms later in the season. Just cut it back lightly, never down to the woody stems, and you'll see fresh growth in no time. And here's the best part. Lavender is as useful as it is beautiful. You can cut sprigs to dry for homemade sachets, oils, or teas. Imagine having that fragrance indoors as well as outdoors. So, let me ask you, do you already grow lavender in your garden, or is it still on your wish list? Drop your answer in the comments. I'd love to know. Next on our list is a plant that defines elegance and luxury in the garden, the peony. Few flowers can match the breathtaking show of a peony in full bloom. Their flowers are huge, lush, and layered like delicate silk, and their fragrance is absolutely heavenly. Peonies bloom in late spring to early summer, and when they do, it's like the entire garden celebrates. Their scent is sweet, soft, and romantic, the kind of fragrance that makes you want to linger outdoors just a little longer. But here's what makes peonies truly special. Once you plant them, they can live for decades. Some peony clumps are known to thrive for 50 years or more, coming back bigger and better every single season. It's the kind of investment every gardener should consider. Now, to help your peonies perform their best, there are 2 important tips. First, planting depth. Peony roots, or tubers, need to be planted just below the soil surface, no more than 2 inches deep. If they're buried too far, they may grow leaves but never bloom. Second, support. Those massive, heavy flowers can sometimes flop over after rain, so using stakes or a simple peony ring can help keep them upright and picture perfect. Peonies also come in a rainbow of colors: soft blush pinks, creamy whites, bold reds, and even striking coral tones. Each one tells a different story in the garden. So here's a question for you. If you could only choose one, which color peony would you plant? The soft, romantic pinks or the bold, dramatic reds? Tell me in the comments. I can't wait to see your choice. Now let's talk about a perennial, that doesn't just smell amazing, it keeps going and going all season long. Garden phlox. Phlox is one of those plants that quietly steals the show. Its clusters of star-shaped flowers bloom in vibrant shades of pink, purple, and white. And the fragrance, it's delightful. Sweet and slightly spicy, it intensifies in the evening, which makes it perfect for planting near patios or pathways, where you can enjoy the scent as the sun sets. One of the best things about garden phlox is its long bloom time. While some perennials have a short window, phlox can flower from midsummer well into early fall, giving you weeks of color and fragrance when many other plants are fading. Here's a tip to keep your phlox looking its best: spacing. Phlox can sometimes be prone to powdery mildew if the air circulation is poor. Plant them with enough room for the breeze to flow through, and you'll prevent most of those issues. Deadheading the spent flowers also encourages new clusters, extending that season of beauty even longer. Phlox isn't just for the nose, it's also a magnet for butterflies. On a warm day, you'll see them dancing from bloom to bloom, adding even more life and movement to your garden. So here's my question for you. If you planted phlox, would you tuck it near a sitting area so you could enjoy its fragrance in the evening? Or would you use it in a border for a dramatic splash of color? Let me know what you'd choose. Of course, no list of fragrant perennials would be complete without the queen of flowers, roses. Now I know what you might be thinking. Aren't roses a little high maintenance? The truth is, with today's modern varieties, you can grow roses that are not only stunning, but also surprisingly easy to care for. And when you choose fragrant varieties, you're rewarded with one of the most iconic scents in the entire plant world. Roses come in so many forms, from hybrid teas with their perfect single blooms to old garden roses with lush clusters. But what really sets them apart is the range of fragrances. Some smell citrusy and fresh, others carry a musky, deep perfume, and some deliver that classic rose scent we all know from childhood gardens and bouquets. Here's a tip if you're adding roses to your garden. Look for disease-resistant varieties. These have been bred to handle common issues like black spot and powdery mildew, which means you can enjoy their beauty and fragrance without constant spraying or fuss. Plant them in a sunny spot, give them good airflow, and feed them with a balanced fertilizer, and they'll reward you generously. Roses aren't just for beauty. Their fragrance is powerful enough to transform an entire garden. Walk past a rose-covered trellis in bloom, and it's like stepping into a perfume shop, but completely natural. So here's what I'd love to know. What's your all-time favorite rose scent? Do you prefer the light citrusy ones, the deep musky tones, or the timeless sweet rose fragrance? Share your answer in the comments. I can't wait to hear your favorites. Now, let's move upward, quite literally, with a perennial vine that brings fragrance to new heights: honeysuckle. There's something so enchanting about honeysuckle. Its flowers look delicate and whimsical, but its scent, it's unforgettable. Sweet, rich, and slightly fruity. The kind of aroma that makes you pause, close your eyes, and just breathe it in. Honeysuckle has the magic of filling the air with fragrance, especially in the evenings. If you've ever walked past one at dusk, you know how the scent seems stronger, almost like it's reaching out to greet you. That's why it's perfect for planting near a porch, pergola, or along a garden pathway where you'll pass by often. This plant doesn't just climb, it transforms spaces. Picture a trellis, an archway, or even a simple fence covered in lush green leaves and clusters of flowers. It's like adding a natural perfume diffuser to your garden. And as a bonus, hummingbirds and butterflies absolutely love it. Here's a quick tip. Honeysuckle thrives in full sun to partial shade, but it needs support to climb. Train it early with gentle ties or guide it up a trellis, and it will reward you with years of beauty and fragrance. Some varieties can even handle colder climates, so there's likely one that will suit your garden. So, tell me, if you had honeysuckle, would you grow it over an archway to create a fragrant entrance, or would you let it climb along a fence for a wall of perfume? I'd love to hear your vision. And finally, the most surprising perennial on our list, one that doesn't just smell floral, but actually smells like dessert. Meet the chocolate cosmos. At first glance, you might be drawn to its deep burgundy petals, so rich, so velvety, it almost looks edible. But lean in close and you'll catch the real magic, the scent of chocolate. Yes, real chocolate. Imagine walking through your garden and being greeted not only by floral perfumes, but also by the rich, warm aroma of cocoa. Chocolate cosmos bloom from midsummer through fall, producing wave after wave of these unique flowers. They're smaller than peonies or roses, but they more than make up for it with their novelty and charm. Here's what you need to know. They love full sun and well-drained soil. In cooler climates, you may want to lift the tubers in winter and store them indoors, similar to how you'd treat dahlias. But trust me, the effort is worth it for that incredible, unexpected fragrance. It's a plant that gets people talking. Guests will stop in their tracks when they realize that those little blooms really do smell like chocolate. So now I have to ask you, would you add chocolate cosmos to your garden for that one-of-a-kind fragrance, or would you stick with the more traditional floral scents? I'm curious which side you're on. So let's quickly recap the 6 perennials that will turn your garden into a fragrance paradise. Number 1, lavender. Calming, classic, and pollinator-friendly. Number 2, peonies, lush blooms and sweet perfume. Number 3, garden phlox, long-lasting color with an evening fragrance. Number 4, fragrant roses, the timeless scent we all know and love. Number 5, honeysuckle, a climbing vine with irresistible sweetness. And number 6, the show-stopping chocolate cosmos, a flower that smells like cocoa. Each one of these plants guarantees fragrance, beauty, and joy in your garden, season after season. Now it's your turn. Which of these 6 perennials is your favorite? Or maybe you already grow some of them. Share your thoughts in the comments. I love hearing what's thriving in your gardens. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with a fellow garden lover, and most importantly, subscribe for more weekly tips and inspiration. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, happy gardening!